It's a new season, and the Steelers' offense is still unwatchable. Yeah, they got the win against the Denver Broncos, 13-6, and they're 2-0, but I'm still really disappointed with what I'm seeing out of this offense. This is the fourth straight year where this offense, it's a dogfight for them to get 20 points on the board, man. Like, I swear on everything, I fell asleep watching this Steelers-Broncos game, and I woke up and the Steelers still had 13 damn points on the board, man. Like, you can't blame the Steelers' offensive struggles all on Justin Fields, because anytime he made a big throw to George Pickens, it was a penalty that got negated. This dude threw a beautiful 51-yard dime. I'm talking about rolling outside the pocket to his right. He just floats that thing up to George Pickens. Oh, I'm talking about, ooh, I see you, Justin Fields. You know Russell Wilson ain't making no throw like that. I was ready to go crazy over Justin Fields. Next thing you know, it's a penalty that has to negate the play. And then Broderick Jones gets pulled over to the sideline, and Mike Tomlin ends up benching him. And I'm just looking at the whole offensive line. I was saying, I get that it's inexperience. When you got a lot of rookies, especially when you got a rookie center, you're going to have a lot of inconsistent play. But at the same time, though, you can't be Broderick Jones and committing all these crazy penalties. I think there were like 2 or 3 penalties on him alone. And Mike Tomlin, you're pulling him to the side. Why don't you just play him at left tackle, his natural position? He's not a right tackle. For the love of God, put him at left tackle. And have the Fanu dude who you drafted out of Washington playing right tackle. That's where Broderick Jones is at his best. And the Steelers offense just has no creativity in it. All they do is just run. And you're not even running Justin Fields like how you were week 1, Arthur Smith. And I get that Mike Tomlin is a defensive-minded coach. You feel me? And defensive-minded coaches, like, they want to have this smash mouth football. They want to play things safe. And they got no problems being in these 13-6 games. But the biggest issue with the Steelers offense isn't who's at quarterback. And that's why I keep telling people, like, it doesn't matter if you got Justin Fields or Russell Wilson in there. You're still going to get the same results because of who the head coach is. Mike Tomlin still thinks that it's 1987, 1990, or the early 2000s where you can just win with all defense and minimal offense. That's why the Steelers are going to get their ass carved up when they go against Joe Burrow this year. They didn't get to play Joe Burrow last year. They faced Jake Browning. Like, having this smash mouth mentality is all cool until you go up against an elite quarterback and they hang 27 on your defense. Because Mike Tomlin's defenses, despite how much praise they get, despite how many people say that the Steelers always have an elite defense, the defense never looks elite when you go up against a great quarterback. I remember during the peak years of my childhood, every time the Steelers played Tom Brady, he was carving Mike Tomlin's defense up. There was one game I remember vividly where we played New England. I forgot what year it was, but it was a cornerback, I think it was Justin Lane, who dropped the easy interception on Tom Brady. And after he dropped that interception, I just looked at him and I said, you messed up. Because after that play, Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski went right down the field, scored the game-winning touchdown, and it was wraps for Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin's defense is going to have to be playing at a 1985 Chicago Bears level to carry the Steelers to the playoffs this year. And even if you put Russell Wilson at quarterback, I still don't think too much is going to change because the philosophy of this team is built around defense and running the football. And Russell Wilson, unless this dude goes out there and he's looking like the second coming of Joe Montana, I really don't see the Steelers as a playoff team. And I didn't even have them being a playoff team with Justin Fields, despite how much I love Justin. And I'm really not political about this. I really just want to see the best quarterback play. But why can't the Steelers just get an elite quarterback? Like, we went from Big Ben, a first ballot Hall of Famer, to now settling for used car parts. We got to settle for another man's trash. The old saying, another man's trash is another man's treasure. So we got to settle for Russell Wilson, who got cut for a record cap hit by the Broncos. We got to settle for Justin Fields, a dude who got replaced for Caleb Williams. Like, Mike Tomlin is not the head coach who can get the most out of the quarterback position. That's an offensive-minded coach, like a Kevin Stefanski or like a Kyle Shanahan. You know, if we had an offensive-minded head coach, this offense will look way better than what it looks, despite not having the best quarterback play. You know, if you had Kyle Shanahan as the head coach for the Steelers right now, and he was coaching up Justin Fields or Russell, this offense will look better. Another problem is that the Steelers don't have no damn receiver outside of George Pickens. And after seeing how Deontay Johnson was looking on the sideline for the Carolina Panthers, I think that he extremely regrets his decision to ask for a trade. I mean, Bryce Young can't get the brother the ball to save his life. Kenny Pickett couldn't give him the ball. He was better off just staying in Pittsburgh because the Steelers still have yet to find a serviceable replacement for Deontay Johnson. Van Jefferson is not it. And the other wide receivers that they have on the team are nothing better but just bona fide slot guys. Calvin Austin is not a guy that you put on the outside. So the Pittsburgh Steelers offense is just completely broken. And until they can get a better OC in there and change their philosophy and their schemes, this offense is going to continue to struggle.